In a season that's had so many bright spots for the Spurs, we had a chance to chat with one of them. Luke Kornet won an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics in 2024. And though he's been a bit of a journeyman throughout his career, he's fitting right in here in San Antonio. Here's our quick convo with Kornet and our Trending with Trudy Silver and Black reports.
As a guy who's been on several runs and won a title, just wondering, leading up, to these last several weeks leading up to the postseason, do you say anything? Do you do things that kind of get you guys on the same page regarding, what the team's in for, especially considering how young generally the roster is?
I think it's obviously an accomplishment to lock in your spot like that, and especially for us who we haven't been there for the last couple of years. So, you definitely take note of it, but then there's also a certain level of we spend a lot of time, just building habits and really trying to know who we are and have an identity. And I feel like we've really kind of instilled that. And then you also know that you kind of have to prepare yourself for certain situations. And there's some more kind of fine detail type stuff that you can work on and address. And you kind of see it in a certain extent in the back half of the season when teams are kind of game planning and knowing, what their best chances are and really trying to play to that every game. But it just kind of becomes that to a more significant degree. And obviously there's a lot to be still determined, and we have 12 games left, and we're trying to get better with every day and every game that we have as an opportunity. But I think there's certainly the place where we've kind of established ourselves in terms of what our identity is for the majority of our game, and there's also some in-game execution or kind of some finer detail type stuff that will hopefully allow for some versatility and the ability to execute and when a single game can obviously make or break kind of where you're at.
I know we talked the other day about you playing with Vic and how your game maybe doesn't change all that much. Maybe defensively it does a little bit more and just whatever the coach calls for. But just in general, that the team has those kinds of options. You can go a little bit smaller. You can go bigger with you and Vic. Just if you can speak to that versatility that this team seems to have, especially as it gears toward the playoffs here.
Obviously we have what is the core of our identity, but I think also kind of superseding that is just sort of whatever it takes to win and playing with a constant pressure for all 48 minutes. So I feel like the ability to sort of adjust that, especially you play different teams with different strengths, and then honestly even there can be certain days where you just it's not really rolling, and kind of giving something that has a much different look can kind of change the game. I feel like we did that a few games ago. We kind of went small, and I know Carter came in and kind of gave a big lift, and there's just a level of pressure and athleticism and speed that we were playing with, and that kind of changed the game. And you kind of don't know what that might be game to game as much as you think might have an idea, but the ability to definitely kind of turn into a couple different iterations of yourself and be able to match what other teams throw at you is as a big part of basketball, is just being versatile enough to beat the different teams and play different styles.
Kornet and the Spurs face the Grizzlies before the Bucks, and then returning to the Frost Bank Center when they get the Bulls. For your Trending with Trudy Silver and Black report, I'm Hector Ledesma.
If you've been thinking about upgrading your backyard, this is the company to call. Global Custom Pools, right here in San Antonio, specializes in turning your space into a full-on backyard oasis. We're talking custom design pools, beautiful finishes, and top quality work that really stands out. Whether you're starting from scratch or ready to level up what you've got, they'll bring your vision to life. Check them out at globalcustompools.com or give them a call at 210-971-0099 and get started on your dream pool today.